Yes, 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 yes. Let's turn this down, man. Always remember, whatever you think about comes about. Whatever you focus on grows. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Ford. I haven't done much with Ford in a while, other than trim it a while back. Let's pull up some charts here. We got Ford acting up. Don't ask about growth stocks. You don't need to, man. They're all the same. So let's look. We got Ford. It's not just Ford. It's the auto. All of these EV, the big cap EV makers are on the move. I mean, this price on Ford is crazy. It's now trading at a higher multiple than it's valued. So it's really been a wild. Ford is a good lesson, man. This cut the dividend at like $7. They cut their dividend going into, what's up, Ashton? So they cut the dividend going into COVID. A lot of people sold the stock. Don't sell a stock just because they cut their dividend. A lot of times that's a good reason to own the stock, because now they're being physically responsible, like they're trying to solve a problem. And just giving money to shareholders doesn't help the company. So, and I think we saw Ford go to $4. Now it's $24. Stayed with it all the way down. Bought some more. You know, looking back, should have bought a shit ton more. I mean, this stock here could have made you rich. I mean, it's crazy. From $4 to $24. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, man. Back up. This is what the market offers. Except it can't do this for most people because they wouldn't stay in the stock. They would get out. And so this is never going to happen for them. Never. So when it looked the worst and it was killing you, kind of like ARK, when it went straight down, was literally the best buying opportunity of your life. And it happened right there. In a year from now, you're going to look back, and I promise you there's going to be a bunch of stocks that could have made you a ton of money. They just didn't. What's up, Manny? So these stocks are all around you, man. You know, trading aside, all that aside, just owning those things and just having some things that you own and not outthinking it and thinking yourself out of it, you know. You know, not trying to be clever or smart. Just owning some shit and just leaving it alone sometimes is the answer, man. So now I'm shocked that it's $24. I really am shocked. Somebody asked me if I was trimming it today. Hell no, I'm not trimming it. This is a runaway, man. This thing might go to $50. Who knows? Like, we're not trimming this. I already trimmed it up here. I'm not trimming it. So I'm just letting it run, man. The dividend's too high. Here's the crazy thing. The dividend is back. And here a while back, I was explaining how Ford, I'm collecting a 12%, I think it was 10 or 12% dividend yield. And that confused them. And I was saying, guys, if you bought it at $4 and now it's, at that time it was 12. It had gone to 12 over here. And the dividend yield wasn't 4% like everyone else is getting. If you bought it at $4 and now they reinstitute the dividend at a 5% yield at $12, your return, you're getting like 20%. It's not even 10%. So the higher this goes, anyone that bought it down there, their dividend yield it's crazy. Anybody buying it now is getting a very low dividend yield. So the thing about dividends and dividend yields is over time your return goes higher and higher. In other words, every time you collect a dividend and reinvest it into the stock, it lowers your personal money in the stock, right? Thereby increasing your dividend yield. Much like real estate. Much like real estate. So let's see. So I'm assuming GM's doing the same. Tesla's probably ripping too. These are all, I don't know if Tesla's ripping. It had already ripped. So let's look at GM. GM. Yeah, look at GM. GM's up 6% too. Whew. Simplifies it. I mean, it don't matter. Drip, don't drip. It all works out in the end. It all works out in the end. IDEX isn't moving because it's a growth stock, sir. It's never fucking moving until growth stocks move. That's how it works. Those are growth stocks. These are big cap stocks. They are not the same. So it's always not going to move until growth stocks move. That's how it works. Let's see. I've done pretty well dripping it. I mean, you can make it as complicated as you want to make it. Let it all go to cash. Then you decide what you're going to put it in. I mean, that's fine too. The point is you just want to be growing. Let's see. What's going on you? Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you, sir. A lot of times doing nothing is the right thing. It really is a lot of times the right answer. Let's see. Checking on oil. So let's look at Exxon. A little bit of pressure on the market since the open. Big pop out of Exxon. It's going to run into... Look, you see what it's doing, right? It's coming right back to this previous high, which is one of the principles of the money flow. The price goes to where it was before, right? So if it can't get above this, obviously it has time. It could keep working on it. Let's take this down. That's not a good sign, but we'll see. There's still room on the RSI, so plenty of room to go to the upside. Yeah, Gush is on the move, man. This is one that I stay with all the time. Gush, ERX, those are my two, if I'm trading. Like, this is always a trade because this is a triple leverage fund. You can't hold this. You'll have your ass handed to you. I mean, just a little move from like here to here can be 20%. So, yeah, Delta's a good stock. Delta's too late, though, for me, man. It already broke out. Yeah, so if you remember, I was concerned a couple weeks ago because oil stocks were looking good, or oil was moving up great, but the oil stocks themselves were lagging. Remember that? Now, I'm guessing they were waiting on something. But here's oil itself, and this is usually our indicator. And if you notice, oil has plenty more room to move to the upside. So this is just a stage 2 breakout. Breakout over here, but I mean, this is just a stage 2 move. So oils could go higher for weeks here. And if you notice on the last big move, I mean, look how long this was. This went for a while. So until these moving averages come together, there's no reason to even worry about this is going higher, So it's going higher. Yes, sir. Took profits on ERX today. So he's an ERX. That's another double. That's a double of the XLE. And, I mean, the reason he's doing that is it's hitting previous high. So there's the previous high. And what the reason for that is that there's a good chance that this could be the top. And so we use that as a systematic way to take gains. So it doesn't necessarily mean it is the top, and hopefully it's not. So you just want to trim it back, and then now what? Now you have less shares. So any pullbacks to the 20, you don't need to worry about. Matter of fact, and just let this thing be, man. Just let this thing be. Let's see. A lot of bread and butter trades that are out there working today. I saw, if you see Look at Kraft Heinz. I've talked about this a lot. Anytime you get a stage 1, which is defined right, let's move this over. Oop, hold on. So let's look at this. Stage 1, right? Meaning you have a big sell-off and it comes down, sets up. We're trying to catch that corner, what we think is the bottom, if you're trying to play bottoms. Again, that's not a breakout, and you're going against the trend. The trend is to the downside. So anytime you're trying to bottom pick, you're actually going against the trend. The trend is down. Same with top picking. If you're trying to short tops, you're actually going against the trend. The trend is higher. And so you're trying to counter trend it. And, you know, I like to wait for a little confirmation. You know, you hear me talk about the box, which is 4 days of going sideways. Do you have to wait? No, that's just what I do. I'm waiting for a bottom, a confirmation. So on Kraft, you know, that was right over in here. Right over in here. And so what do I need? I need at least 4 days that where it went sideways. We got them in here. And then I'm looking for 1 day where price gets above that 5-day moving average. The 5 days is usually my trigger. It triggers me to take action. Now that would have been a stage 1. This is stage 1 over here too, and that's a stage 1 too. You know, those didn't really get going. But these ones that are these dividend stocks that are these big cap dividend stocks that can definitely pay their dividend, when they get way below the 200 and their value, like when, and then you can go read and do a little research and they say, well, fundamentals, it's worth $40 and you're looking at 32, 33. This is easy, man. That's as easy as trading gets. You just buy the ones. You don't use stops. You just hold it. These are big cap dividend stocks. If it goes down again and sets up, good. Where's the target? The 200. This will bang that target. And I can show you chart after chart after chart after chart where this happens. This stage 1 breaks out, runs up, tags the 200. Let's look at LMT. This is a new buy and hold position that I put on, a few months ago? Why? Right here. So we had a large cap stock get crushed. Good. Thank you. Now, but again, I need 4 days, right? So I can't buy here. Like this is when you guys, this is premature, bro. When you wake up and a big stock falls this low, the play is to do nothing. The play is to do nothing. You don't buy that. That's called buying a falling knife. That's what that means. Meaning you have no reason to believe it's going down, not done going down. You can't do anything until this box starts to form. Even then you want to wait until boom, right there. Price got above the 5. And this is where we started buying. I don't have my dual monitor, so I can't pull up what day it was that I actually started buying. I'm going to say around November. Let me check something real quick. Peter's report. Let's see if we can see. Sometimes I think people think I'm bullshitting. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. Must have been before that. Yep, it was too, because it's the first week of November. So it's the first week of November. And my log stops on November 11th. So anyway, didn't get a large enough position before it took off, because these things start to run. There's the break, comes back down, there's the break, and then look, bam, tags the 200. And I could just show you chart after chart of these large cap dividend stocks, bang, tagging it, boom. Yeah, I'm in NOLA, bro. Let's see. You're in solo. You have it at $5. What should I do? You should trade your way out of it. You should get my book, bro. I think you should buy my book. Shut the fuck up, learn the trading system, and trade your way out of it like a man. That's what I think. That's what I think, sir. I'm long solo too. This is a stage 1 setup right here. That's what I think. This is stage 1 setup, man. So if we're looking at it, stage 3, stage 1, there you go. There's stage 1. I just don't want to go through the whole background. You have the book, well then fucking execute on it. Go read it. This is stage 1. Where's your target? You got to do some research and figure out what it's worth, bro. See what you think it's worth. Also, you got to get some clarity, man. Are you position trading or what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. So you got to figure out what kind of trader you are, man. That's the question. Because there were a lot of people that sold Ford and it fell to $4 and they're like, woo, I got out at $7, thank God. And now it's $24 and they're like, oh, why did I sell it? So trading is very emotional, man. You know, everybody's happy when we're winning. They ain't so happy when it's down. Let's see. Hey, Gerald, good morning. Looking for a feel on EP. Let's see. EP, huh? EP? Is that what you said, bro? I don't have my glasses. Oh, IEP. Apologize. IEP. Come on, man. What are you, bragging? He's bragging, guys. He wanted you to know he got into Carl Icahn's fund. A perfect money flow pattern, by the way. So congratulations, bragger. Let's see. Good play, though. He just wants you guys to know while your account's down, he's over here killing it. So look, stage 4, right? Stage 1, I mean. Let it stop dropping. You might have called that a stage 1. But I want you to notice something. I want you to notice this little nuance. I don't know, maybe it would have. That may have been a viable stage 1 right there. And that's definitely one. So once you start playing the stage 1 game, you know, I don't like to get stopped out. So I would have bought that one and that one. I mean, you could stop yourself out, but that's just not the game I play. When I'm buying stage 1s, I'm nibbling. And if it pulls back again, good. I let the stage 1 set up. Now look, big run, huge run. Where would your target be? Previous high. So either in here, probably, more likely in here. And then what? That's usually the high. How do you know? Because the RSI triggered. If you took Sunday class, you know what I'm talking about. Extreme low to extreme high. This is a completed swing trade. Now, if that's in a buy and hold, what do you do? Nothing, man. I'm not selling it just because of that. I'm buying and holding, right? But if I'm a buy and holder, do I want to buy this or do I want to buy this? You say, but Gerald, it may never go back there again. Oh, yeah, it will. Just wait. And then what? Comes all the way back down. And all through here was a solid stage 1. Look at that. Look how fucking flat it went. Stochastics gave you the heads up. Boom, breaking out. Right around in there. Good move, sir. Where's the target? Right around here. Good trade. Congratulations. Don't sell that just yet. Don't do it. And notice this. Look where it's stopping at this previous little box. So if you look to the left and you have these little boxes on the way up, which this one does a lot, that's likely going to be your previous high spot. Do you still believe in... Guys, all growth stocks and all the biotechs are in the same shithole. Okay? They're all going to turn together. they're all going to turn together. And then they're all going to go up together. That's how it works. And right now, they're all in the penalty box. So now's when you want to accumulate. So good trade, man. This is a beautiful pattern. So he would be probably trimming right around in here. That's when your RSI is going to hit extreme. Now, you could be a little bitch and it pulls back over here and you're like, oh man, I'm losing my money. But it didn't trigger the RSI. And then I'll have new people go, well, I should have sold some. And then they start lowering this because of their limited experience instead of waiting until it hits the RSI. So at 70 RSI, sell some. Let the rest run. Perfect trade, man. Nice play, Mike. Now, if you're done bragging, sir, we'll move on. Let's see. Yeah, I like MBRX. I wouldn't have a shit ton of it, but I like it. Oh, bro, did you catch NOLA? Did you catch COVID, bro? I was going to call you yesterday, too, man. Yeah, I'm in AGQ. I had to deal with some contractors. Yeah, why wouldn't I be in it? You impatient motherfucker. Like, why wouldn't I be in it? I got in it over here on the breakout. Why wouldn't I still be in it? I'm not like you, bro. I'm not changing my mind every 30 seconds. Why wouldn't I still be in this trade? It hasn't done anything for me to get out. Here's the target. Let's see. You got NOLA, bro? Let's see. Man, that sucks, bro. I hope you're feeling okay. Keep me posted on that, man. I'll be praying for you. Uber testing my patience. Why is it testing your patience? It's going to $60 this year sometime. I like it. We need it to go back down. I know some of you guys are going to be selling Uber at 47 because you don't believe it's going to 60, but minor symptoms. Let's see. I like Filecoin. Well, man, I hope you recover. I know Rich just had it and he recovered pretty quick. What's up, Nick? What's up? Yeah, growth and biotech stocks, man, are in the dumps. That's the ones you kind of want to be looking at. I really like ARK here. If we look at ARK, it's a stage 1. You know, if this level holds, we're getting a second shot. Now, here's what's funny. You know, I talk about this on these, how to tell these stage. You know, a 3 is a 1, right? In other words, when that goes extreme, it's usually the bottom and it's usually the top. And so each day that it goes lower and lower, you just keep drawing that little circle down there. And one of those days will be the bottom. And then you count over and you wait till a little box builds. It kind of started in here, dropped back down, but held this. This is kind of a really wide box playing out. But, you know, I would have nibbled in here. Just nibbling. And now the box is kind of getting a little more refined. We're seeing it come in a little bit. And so just like you had a box up here, you had a box down here. And you notice how wide this is because the volatility has gotten pretty extreme for these growth stocks. Anything undervalued on your radar as far as energy? Man, I'm not seeing much undervalued on my on the radar, man. see. So that's ARK. You know, if you're in any growth plays that you just can't take it anymore, just sell them and buy ARK. When ARK comes back, the rest of them are going to come back. ARK's not going to zero. So if you ever get into a spot where you just can't take it in an individual stock, you can sell that stock, take the loss for the record, and then move it to something like ARK, which should, in theory, when the rest of the market turns, it'll turn. And you would, in theory, recover some of your money, and you could take the loss, you know. You should be able to do that because it's an ETF, so it shouldn't be a problem, even though the ETF holds that. Well, that I may be wrong on that with ARK. So, but as far as the taxes, but anyway, all taxes aside, that is a way to deal with your problem if you're having a hard time emotionally handling the stock. Is find out what ETF represents that stock and just get into the ETF. And that'll at least keep you from being stupid and going to zero. You're up 400% on ET call options. Let's look at ET. Oh, beautiful. Again, this is a similar box, right? Look at this box here. In ET, another one, big dividend stock. The moment these big dividend stocks fall, if you ever get anything from me ever, if you learn how to read bottoms and you can watch this yellow line and you get these pivot points where you can start to draw out these support levels and your weight, you know, and you get it. This is a dividend stock below the 200. These are no-brainers. It's going to tag that, no problem. Let's see. 400%, huh? Well, get ready to, I mean, I might be tempted to, if I was in options in ET and I was up 400%, I might take the money and run. Okay. This guy comes on, immediately tells me, fuck you. All right. Thank you, sir. Manny says, BLNK is back to support. Let's see. Boy, that was a high flyer too, wasn't it? BLNK. Woo. Yeah, man. So if you just, you know, I mean, ignore all the moving averages and all the shit you see on this screen. If you're just looking at this, you know, this is what I'm looking for. You just did that. You know, sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways. This is what I'm looking for. You know, when you see this pattern set up, and sometimes it's picture perfect, and sometimes it's a little, you know, it's a little wanky. Whether because they're a high mover or they're a low float stock, the patterns can get not as clean. Usually the higher the volume, something like a Snapchat or a Tesla, the volume is so high, the charts are a lot cleaner, what I would call cleaner, versus these smaller, like traded, you know, volatile stocks like this. But I like it. Good setup, man. Oh, let's see. What's up, Whip? Yeah, I love to see some bottoms. Let's see. Yep, that's Blink, BLNK. So, I'm going to say all the MLPs are on the move. Yeah. So here's an ETF for MLPs called the MLPX. I often tell you a funny story. I tried to buy this, and I'm dyslexic as I am. I typed MPLX. MPLX is actually a company that is in the same thing, same space. It's an MLP that does this. And so I bought the company and not the ETF. And watch. And it's done really well. So I just stayed with it all these years. What I was trying to do was add the ETF. So instead of trying to pick individual stocks, obviously you can just buy an ETF. ETF holds the 8, 9, 10 of the largest MLPs, and that's an easy, but they're charging you a fee for that, man. So the more money you have, really, you can just pick up the individual stocks. Like, you don't really need the, quote, assistance. I mean, they charge you fees on top of those. Wow. I don't know what is going on here, man. Just keep getting attacked by these things. I'm guessing they're bots. I don't know, man. It's really... It feels silly to me that I have to say this day after day after day. If somebody's contacting you and it's not me, don't send them money. I had a guy today send me a thing, said he just sent someone $2,500 in Bitcoin because he thought it was me letting him into a special program where we can double Bitcoin like every week. Guys, if I could double Bitcoin every week, I wouldn't even be on here. I'd be living on a private island somewhere. If we look at Bitcoin, I wanted to look at it before we go. So look at my live numbers right now. 443. These are all bots, dude. These are all bots on here. What in the fuck, dude? And now they're all just following me. Jeez, fuck's sake. Let's do this. Turn off comment and see if it goes down. So my live goes from 200 to 420 people, just like that. All right, what is? Someone is attacking you with my. Someone's always fucking attacking me for something. Let's see. I'm having to read on another. I don't have my SWBI. Yep, that's a breakout, sir. Good deal. I don't know the stock. What is this? Oh, Smith & Wesson. Yeah, that's a beautiful breakout. If this pays a dividend, it's also below the 200, which is solid support. I mean, I could see that going to 200 pretty easy. I don't know what this is on tip ranks, but I mean, that's what you're looking for, right? Big sell-off, recovers some, starts going sideways, and right around in there is where you're looking to buy. Nice play, man. Nice play. Now, someone asked, do I sell in the middle? The time of day really doesn't matter to me. If it opens and it bangs to 70, I'll sell it. Now, sometimes I'll play, let's say it opens and the news is great and it's just ripping. Then I'll honestly just wait, I'll just wait and, see if it doesn't have some momentum to carry through. So, yeah, man. Anyway, let's see. Smith & Wesson. Let's check out what Kramer's got going on here. These are Kramer stocks. Apple, ABV, it's gone straight up. Abbott Labs, it's coming down. All right, so this is one I was going to bring up. American Eagle Outfitters. This pays a little dividend. It's trading below the 200. It's a stage 2. As you can see, it's a stage 2. We don't need. Do we really need to look at SoFi? It's a growth stock, and they're not going up. So this is probably a pretty easy $30 stock. I think the true value on it's $35. AMD, Amazon, Argo, all of these are up. Yeah, you don't need to look at SoFi, man. It's a growth stock. They all look exactly the same. They look like, these are all buys. These are all stage 1 buys, all these growth stocks. So, yeah, I mean, they all look the same. Anyway, man, that's all I got today. Not much going on. We got, the car makers ripping. We got oil trying to rip. We got a little pressure on the market. Oh, one thing I was going to cover. I like SoFi here, though. One thing I was going to look at was TLT. This is setting up pretty interesting. This is the bonds, TLT, and it's now below the 200. So pay attention to this. This is pretty odd. I mean, the bonds are coming down and coming into a zone of support right around in here. Let's see. Is this a bottom? I mean, it's got a little room yet on the RSI. So this could be setting up. I don't like to trade the TLT, but I do like to trade the TMF. TMF is sometimes a hedge. Used to be a classic hedge. Now it's not a classic hedge, but used to, when the market would go down, this would go up. And so bonds is why they historically told you as a way to balance and to kill some of the volatility in your portfolio. Does that actually work? I don't know, man. It does work sometimes great, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes bonds will sell off with stocks. So Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin's in a stage 1, man. Let's see. Tried to break out, fell back in the box. That's pretty bearish, but it seems to be holding it. So let's look at Bitcoin. Yep, seems to be holding it. Tried to break, pulled back a little. Now it's holding, it's holding this 46. If that breaks, obviously it goes down to 41, 41 and a half, 42, right around in there. But so far it's holding, so anyway. All right, man. Talk to you guys later. That's about it. We're just going to have to be patient on these growth plays, man. Keep your eyes open for some good ones. Pick your favorite ones. You probably can't add to all of them. You don't have to add to all of them. They're not all going to go up at the exact time. Some are going to break and rip higher. When they do what you do on the 70 RSIs, trim some, look to add to the others, and you got your whole, we're trading for life, man, not for fucking 1 week, 2 month, 1 year. So you'll work your way out. These things will get hot again. It'll happen. Just be ready. And, it does show you the importance of building out that same thing, Square, PayPal. Those are all great, man. It shows you the importance of having a diversified portfolio if you can do it. All right. If anybody needs any help or questions, you know where to find me. Appreciate you, man. Be good.